Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. We're almost at the end of the month here, and that means it's time to get all set up for the month ahead. Today, I'm going to be working on my goals for the month of November. I am, of course, in my MakseLife quarterly companion notebooks, which I have been using all year for my goal setting, and I absolutely love MakseLife, and I specifically also love these quarterly companion notebooks. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using the quarterly companion notebooks again next year. I am 100% sure I'm going to be using the MakseLife system again next year. It's been just absolutely life-changing for me and my organization and our family, and I cannot speak highly enough about the MakseLife system, which if you are a frequent viewer of my channel, you may have heard a lot about recently because I was so honored to be a part of the MakseLife review crew team this year. That means I do already have my 2023 launch day items. If you want to see all of the things that I got, you can check that out. I will link that down in the description below. And I'm also part of the MakseLife affiliate team, so if you shopped during the launch and you used my link, I just do really appreciate that, and I want to just give a huge thank you to everyone who used my link and everyone who watched my video, who commented, who messaged me. I just really appreciate the support so much. If you are still considering MakseLife as part of your planner lineup for next year, don't worry, there is plenty of time to pick up a MakseLife planner for next year. And if you do want to use my link, that is down in the description below. And again, I do just really appreciate that. If you shopped on launch day, let me know what you picked up in the comments down below. I cannot wait for you all to see your orders in person. The new line is just so absolutely gorgeous. I'm so energized and excited by everything that I got. MakseLife also has a ton of swag. I've got some swag coming that I picked up on launch day and a couple of other things that weren't available for review crew orders, but that I've picked up. So I will definitely be sharing my launch day stuff as soon as it comes. I did just get the mug already, which I picked up on launch day. I absolutely love this. I'm not gonna lie, this was pretty expensive for a mug, and also the shipping on the swag is fairly pricey, but I decided to treat myself. I absolutely love this. It's a huge mug. I've been drinking coffee out of this nonstop since I got it, and I have a t-shirt coming as well, which is actually supposed to be delivered today. So just a little swag, treat myself to that. But let's go ahead and jump into our goals. So I have my annual goals notebook over here, and I've got the current companion notebook that I'm in. I'm using the Good Things Are Coming one for the last one of the year. I actually picked the order at the beginning of the year, and I'm really excited to do that again for next year. If I do end up using the companion notebooks, which again, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do, it's really fun to just kind of decide on that order. You don't have to do it that way. You could do it a little bit more in the moment, but I really like that. So anyway, I saved the Good Things Are Coming for last. I thought that was perfect for the end of the year, and we are in October, so this is my October was the first month in this companion notebook, and now we are gonna go on to November. So here were my October goals. I've already given these a very close read. I've also flipped through all of my weekly reflections, which is kind of my process before I set my monthly goals. I get my calendar set up, which is in a video that's already up, and then I flip through all of my goals and all of that stuff to give a read to my monthly goals, to my annual goals, to my quarterly inventory refresh, to my Q3 goals inventory, which is why I have my last companion notebook out here on the desk, and I just wanna read through all the things so I'm feeling confident in setting my goals for the month ahead. I did already set up my monthly reflections for the month of October off camera, and we can take a look at that together, and also, of course, add in my little pop of color, which I always find so helpful for when I'm looking back over my reflections, and it just makes it a bit more visually appealing as well. So I had a really good month. I won't say it was like a perfect month, because what's a perfect month, but I also had just kind of like a little bit of a challenging month. The kids were off from school a lot, and I also was really sick for about a week, and it's just really hard to get things done when you're sick. So you know, that is things that happen. It definitely cut into a little bit of my productivity, but you know, all in all, I still got a lot done over the course of the month. I had like a pretty good month at work. I had a great month with content, and we made it through our no school days, which I am highlighting in the family thing. Again, pretty much the same things that have been working are still working. My writing is going really well. That's like a work thing. I write for an industry website, and that's been going super well this year. My content is going really well. My planning system, our like life organization, all of that stuff is going really well. And the new thing that I'm gonna add in, sorry, my camera cut out for a second, but I was just saying the new thing that I put in for working in my life was volunteering, and I actually put that down in my what I learned this month. I already knew that volunteering was a really rewarding thing. It just always is whenever I do it. But I am finding being on the big kids PTA even more rewarding because I am the treasurer, and that's just something that is just like very fit for purpose. It's a skill set that I have, and it's also something that they desperately needed and was a little bit harder of a role to fill. So that just, I feel like, makes it even more rewarding. It feels like I'm contributing even more since it was so needed and since it's such a good fit for my skill set than if I had volunteered to be like a classroom parent. Not that there is anything wrong or unneeded about being a classroom parent. This is just a much better fit for me skill set wise and personality wise, and I really did not want to be a classroom parent to be honest. But anyway, so I'm just finding that really rewarding, and I'm glad to be able to help them so much. So the things, I guess I could swing back up. Things that are currently not working in my life probably will come to no one's surprise for me to say that fitness and like movement is still just not working at all for me, and I just don't even really feel like dealing with it right now. So that's probably not, I'm like not really gonna pick that up for this month, and probably not for this year. Honestly, that's probably the annual goal that I've made the least or little to no progress on, and I've honestly put in not a lot of effort to it either, which is why I haven't made any progress on it. But for right now, I'm just okay with that, and I just don't feel like dealing with it. One other thing is that I've got a couple of newer routines that I've added in that are not going super well, and I think that like just haven't been really consistent with them. I'm still struggling to maintain that 10 p.m. bedtime, and some of the kids' activities and phone-free family time, which I'm definitely doing better on that one than I was, but it's not like super consistent yet. So we will be working on that some more. So improvements and adjustments, I pretty much have the same thing, like work on that consistency in routines. And I also would like to bring back weekly scheduling and calendar sessions. I've been doing them like a little bit more ad hoc lately, which is, I guess, fine, but I think I need to bring them back as a more regular thing. And then what I am really most grateful for right now is flexibility, like schedule flexibility, and then also support from especially my husband. I'm gonna work on consistency for next month. Again, this was just kind of a tough month schedule wise, just with how sick I was for a week and all of the days off from school. And then what I want to focus on for next month, I mean, there's going to be other things too, but Thanksgiving is what's on my mind. It's what's going on, and yeah, I love Thanksgiving. So we will definitely be having lots of Thanksgiving stuff going on. I also gave myself an 8 for the month. I think that I bounced back really well after being sick, and I still managed to get a lot of stuff done. So I'm really, really happy with how that worked overall. And that was my October. So we will circle back to this notes page, which I will be using for habits again. I'm skipping over this calendar and never doing that calendar habit tracker thing again. That was definitely a mega, I knew it was a bad idea as soon as I did it, but I still did it anyways. So for this month, I'm gonna put this purplish washi up at the top that matches with my monthly stickers that I've been using in my Agendio. And this one is from Journal XO. I really like this. It's unfoiled, which is great, and like the design is pretty plain because I'm gonna stick stickers that say November on top of it. So I like to use something a little bit more like simple for these spreads, or something that's like a little bit more repeating pattern rather than like something in the center like the bows, because a lot of it gets covered up by the monthly stickers. So I've got that washi. I also have my new MakseLife metal ruler bookmark, which we're definitely going to be using today to set up my goals. And then I have these stickers from Planner Kate, which I've been using for a while to like to put the name of the month, just covering up the part where it says monthly goals, and putting the name of the month, because I know this is my monthly goals. Definitely going to be doing some stenciling this month, just feeling that vibe. So I think I'll actually get the stenciling for the focus areas set up first, and then we can circle back and start on the goal setting. So let's jump right in with fun and recreation, because that is where I put Thanksgiving. I put holiday planning, like holiday meal planning and celebrations, in this category. There is no right answer. This could go in family. It could probably go in spiritual and personal growth, given the way that I use that category. But I put it in here, especially for Thanksgiving, because we host Thanksgiving. So there's just like a lot of hosting stuff that goes in here, and to me that party vibe definitely feels like it belongs in fun and recreation. So first up, I'm just gonna take a quick look at my goals. We've pretty much got 3 sections of goals here. We've got my scheduling fun that goes in every month. It's been going really well, and as I've said before, this goal has probably had the most impact on our life of any. This one and the master schedule have just been like tremendously helpful and wonderful for the whole year. So that will be going on. We already took our family trip, and the take a free kids free getaway, that one had to get pushed off of our goals. It just was not realistic given the age of our children, the behavior of our children. So we've kind of moved on. We're hoping to do that again next year. That will be on my annual goals again next year, and hopefully, you know, with the kids being a little bit older, that will work out a little bit better. I'm gonna do some stenciling this month because these are new and I want them. So we're gonna just put in, that's the Thanksgiving stuff on this side. Actually put Thanksgiving stuff right there, and then maybe I'll do a dotted line down the middle, and we can put like the regular stuff on this side. So my regular stuff is still, I think I'll use the hexagon. I just really like the hexagon as a shape. And then this is still gonna be, you know, schedule fun as weekend plans for every weekend. I'm gonna take it one step further, and I am gonna try and set up some kind of a play date for the kids this month to just make that a thing. So that is good. And then under this, we're just gonna go, maybe we'll say planning, we'll say cooking, and we will say enjoy. I like to put in enjoy whenever I have like some kind of event like that. I always put that in my goals, just as a remember that the reason you're doing this is because it's fun and rewarding. It's not, you know, just to do it. So we do it because we enjoy it. Just adding in a little pop of color there as well. And then I think we are all set for Thanksgiving. I mean, for fun. Next, I'm gonna swing down to physical environment. I never go in order on the page. Sometimes I will work like on one side and then the other. I like to start either in the easiest areas or in areas where something really specific is going on. So this month, that was Thanksgiving. It made it really easy to set up. And then I kind of build up to the more general areas. Typically the last area that I work on is typically personal, because that's a bit of a catch-all, and then family and relationships usually goes at the end as well. But that is just how things typically go. So looking at my annual goals, we've done pretty much all of this stuff already. Still committed to continuous decluttering as a lifestyle. We've got our big toys declutter that we do every December because of the gift giving season. So that will be coming up. and we had the master cleaning and maintenance list, which is part of my big master calendar. That has gone really well. I also have a copy of it in print version in the beginning of my daily duo, but I do keep that in digitally as well. Just it's in a Google Doc. And it's also got like phone numbers for the plumber, the HVAC service person, every single one of our doctors, the kids' doctors, and just having all of that stuff together in one place has just been really helpful. But it's also, I think, like just good planning just in case there was ever an emergency. If, you know, my husband didn't know some phone number, he could just go to one place and have to look it up. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but that is what's going on. So there's not like a ton of stuff for November. We're mostly just focused on Thanksgiving. There is 2 kind of things that are on the list. That is the 1.0 pen, which is not what I meant to use, but we're committed to it now. I meant to use the 0.5. The 2 things are my husband's car is due for inspection, which I thought was last month, if you noticed that was on my goal last month, but I had it written down wrong. So continuous improvement, we adjust the calendar, and then I also think we'll probably want to wash the couch cushions before Thanksgiving, which we did last year before Thanksgiving. And now it's on the master calendar. We have some other stuff that, like, I had this as a month to declutter my office, but it's kind of already done, except for the obvious that I have like 400 planners at this point. But I'm still debating what I'm gonna do, a giveaway, keep some of them. It's a little bit tricky right now because I have started filming some UGC planner content in addition to my own planner content. So I don't know exactly what I will be getting rid of or not, but if I do post any giveaways, they'll be in December and I will obviously keep you posted. So I think, again, the biggest focus though, which I haven't put a goal on yet, is just on like the basement decision. We have been considering a renovation project in our basement, and we've just gotten a lot of quotes. Basically, we have a lot of quotes about that, so we just need to decide whether we're going to do it or not, and also just the specifics of what we're going to do, which is honestly, I'm pretty sure we're going to do something at this point, but there's like the bare bones version of the project, which is not super expensive, and then there's a version that has a bathroom. There's a version where we do some HVAC and duct work, so we just have to kind of decide what we want to do. Actually, I can even write that out as like the little... So we have pretty much 4 options. We've got nothing, which again, I don't really think that one's super likely. We've got the minimal finishing. We've got the bathroom, and then we've got what I'm gonna call the deluxe, which basically means we move the HVAC system. Well, not move it, but we reroute all of our ducts, which is really expensive, so I don't know if we're gonna do that. The problem with these 2 pens that I love are they're the same pen, just in different tip sizes, so when I pick them up, I don't always realize which one I'm holding, and I wanted the 0.5, but sometimes I've got the 0.1. So that is what's going on in that category. We can do finances. So just for finance, we're just going with same. This is not an area I spend a lot of focus on, but we are just still working on thoughtful spending. It's not a no spend. It's not even a low spend. Just, you know, really thinking things through instead of just buying all of the things, especially ahead of the holiday season. And then also want to do, I just need to figure out some more stuff with the accountant. I'm just trying to get some of that stuff lined up before the end of the year because we have my uncle was our accountant and he retired, so we have to get a new accountant or I need to do the taxes myself. So then on spiritual and volunteering. Spiritual and personal growth, we still just got volunteering is probably the best thing going on here. And then I'll do another flag, and that will be for the PTA stuff, and then I'm working on our PTA budget, and a part of the problem that they're having is that I don't think that there is anyone on the PTA this year on the board that was on the board last year. There was just like a big rollover of when people were. So there's like just a lot of uncertainty around like how we're supposed to be doing things and all of that. But we will get there and navigate it anyway. And then I think the other thing I'm gonna put in is just like a little, you know, holiday stressor, holiday kind of memo, just remembering to all that good stuff. Because family, even though I love Thanksgiving and hosting Thanksgiving, family, you know, can bring out the worst in you and the best in you. And I would like it to bring out the best in me and not the worst, not the worst. So again, just this is borrowing from my summer goals of like focusing on what you can control and just letting it go for the things you can't control and just being kind. To not do my best writing there, but we've got it, and it's just like a little bit of a mantra for the month. It also works pretty well for election season, if I do say so myself. We live in Pennsylvania, which is a bit of a swing state. All of our ads are currently political ads. I will be very happy when the political ads stop. Okay, let's swing over to work really quick. So this is a quarterly project month for me at work. So we've got my quarterly thing going on that I do like every 3 months. Again, it obviously doesn't line up to like the exact quarters, but this is when it is. I just also want to line up my writing projects and work on them, and then we'll do a Happy Thanksgiving, no, a colleagues check-in, which probably will line up with Thanksgiving stuff, because it makes it easy just to reach out to old coworkers and say Happy Thanksgiving, you know, that kind of stuff, and then catch up with them. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this one. Simple goals. I've just like kind of shifted away. This was much more of a focus at the beginning of the year, and I kind of decided that I needed to pause it. Actually, you know what? One other thing that I'm going to put in at the bottom is just more work. I wonder if I offset that, if that'll look cool. Let's try it out. More. Oh, I do like the way that looks. I wish I had shifted it up just like a little bit more, but I think that does look cool. Okay, so just like do more UGC. And if you don't know what UGC is, it basically just means filming like reels or TikToks for not yourself, like for brands and stuff like that. So that's been really cool to work with some planner companies and all that kind of stuff to film like Plan With Me's or other videos. And yeah, it's really fun. And I love filming planner content, so it's a great outlet for me. Okay, so then on health and wellness, we're gonna swing up here and we're just gonna not focus on this at all. Maybe I'll just say like relax. I am a good sleeper. Like I am not a person who struggles to fall asleep or stay asleep or anything like that. What I have been struggling with lately is mostly, I would say, describe it as putting my book down and going to bed at like a reasonable time versus staying up all night. So I'm just actually gonna write that. Put the book down and go to bed. The kids are up at around 6 a.m., or at least one of them is, regardless of whether I went to bed on time or stayed up until midnight or later reading. So let's try and get to sleep. And then I'm just gonna do, again, my like 2 regular routines, which I don't need to put my teeth on here, but I will just because I have space. And then also cycle tracking. Oh, and actually I do have a dentist. Oh no, that's in December. Never mind. I do not have a dentist appointment. It's in December. So we've got. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm giving up on exercise for the month and like pretending to do it, or pretending that I'm gonna commit to doing it. It's just not happening. If I feel like working out, I will. If I don't, then well, we can just figure it out another time. I don't have the mental energy to devote to that right now. Anyway, I am gonna move on to the last 2 categories here, which I'm just flipping my annual goals back. We've got family, and then we'll swing up to the top. So for this, this is where I'm gonna put consistency. And then we've got some things that we're gonna try and be consistent with, which are piano practice, homework / reading practice. Now my daughter gets homework we are working, I'm going to put, there's some routines that we're working on with my 6-year-old, but I'm going to put them in like a separate section. And then the other thing is like the phone-free quality time. So we've got, then we've also got like our kids' AM and PM routine, which have been going pretty well, and we're gonna just continue with them. I'm curious to know actually if you are a parent who uses the MakseLife system or any other goal setting system, do you put goals that are like family goals or kids goals into your goal planner, or do you keep it like strictly to yourself? I have just from the beginning put in family stuff because I just feel like that's actually probably one of my like main roles as a parent and main roles as within our family is to just kind of map this stuff out. Obviously my husband is very active in this and participates in this, but I definitely feel like it's something that belongs in my goals, if that makes sense. But I was just curious because I know some people like to keep it really strict to themselves, so you can let me know what you do. So then we've also, what I'm gonna say is, or maybe I'll do like a little, and my kids are really young. They're 6, 4, and 2, if that makes a difference. I could see how like if you had teenagers, you could be more encouraging them to kind of do this stuff for themselves. So I'm gonna put in some stuff specifically for my big kid. And this one is mostly just like coaching her because this is not something, it's something that happens at school and like the teacher is helping support this as well, but it's not like I'm not there to walk her through it. So it's mostly just around coaching, like coaching her for, you know, to set her up for success. So that is what's going on there. These are the at-home routines that we're working on building consistency with. Actually, I wonder if I could fit this box around them now. It's just a little bit too small, but I might want to box these ones in. All right, so I'm gonna put a little arrow there. I've been really loving these little curly Q arrows lately in my planner. So that is what's going on. And then we can swing up to personal. Okay, so the first thing, I'm not sure what the focus is gonna be yet. Let's write down the goals and then we'll see if a focus comes into mind. So I'm gonna start with like some non-channel stuff, and I'm gonna start with, yeah, a couple of non-channel things. So first up is the bring back the calendar sessions, like check in with the master calendar, have weekly calendar sessions. And I can just put in the weekly and daily planning routines. I probably don't need to put that in, but I'm going to. And then continue with memory spreads. I'm gonna give that a different one. Maybe a heart. And really just like, I would really like to catch up a little bit before the end of the year, but I don't really know that it's gonna happen. But in an ideal world. And then, okay, so I put 3 things in, just like around brainstorming, new ideas, that kind of stuff. Like new pitches, new collabs, new ideas. And then, so actually just gonna put them in as dashes. And then also just prep for December. Last year I did a video every other day in December. I'm toying with the idea of doing full on, like not Vlogmas where it's gonna be a vlog every day, but Planmas, I guess, is as Cindy Gunderbaldo calls it on her channel, where you do like a video every day for the first 25 days of December. So I would love to do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not, but we'll see. I mean, if I can get enough stuff ready ahead of time, and then also like intersperse with some more shorter videos and stuff like that, maybe I might be able to do it. So I actually might just put like get ready the year here, because it's not only that, but then like obviously there's like a ton of prep that goes into goals work for next year and all of that kind of stuff. So, and I'll like picking out planners for the planner lineup. I like to have all of my planners in hand for Black Friday, like before Black Friday, or at least know what I'm gonna do in case I want to order anything on Black Friday. But it's that time of year. You got to pick out your planners for your planner lineup and all that good stuff. So yeah. I can't believe we're here again at the end of the year. I just really feel like this whole year has just absolutely, absolutely flown by. That was not remotely dry yet. Okay. That was a fun time to be had by all. A little bit messy there, but that's good. All right, so I think that is everything for my November goals. So the last thing that I want to do is back on that reflections note page is I just want to make a big habit section. I'm going to put it up at the top, and then wait that out. And then I can save the rest of the space in case there's anything else I want to map out. Actually, you know what? It might even just be like a little Thanksgiving notes page. Although honestly, I've got a Thanksgiving planner. I've got a whole Thanksgiving system. So I don't know if I'll need that in here or not, but we can put the habits in. So the way that I set this up is we divide this into daily habits, like things that are multiple times per week, but not every day. And I just tend to call those multi, and then weekly and monthly. And there's not a lot of monthly habits. And then I can just create lists for all of them, and they're pretty much the same. I don't think I have any new ones that I'm putting in, so I can kind of copy them over from last month, although these ones were like a little bit messed up. I might actually look at the September list, which was organized a little bit better, and copy them over. All right, I think that's it. I'm just gonna go back through, but it did make me realize that I forgot one thing on finances, which is just to do my regular monthly checks, which honestly, whether or not it was on my goals, I would have done it anyways, but I will still put it in. And I just have like a thing that I do every month to just check in with our spending and our income and all of that kind of stuff. And if you don't know, I work freelance, so my income does vary quite a bit month to month. My husband has salaried though, so that is what's going on there. And then I'm just looking through to see if we have anything else. So I can put the weekly and the calendar sessions and that kind of stuff too. All right, so let's draw some checklists and do some color coding. And this checkbox, these line up with like the dots perfectly. So when you put it on your paper, if you put it so that it covers, so that the silver part covers the dots, then when you do it, it'll line up spaced perfectly in between the lines. So this is designed obviously to go with all the MakseLife stuff. It is a 6mm dot grid, I believe. So that lines up with their line spacing. It lines up with their dots and their lines line up. And that's just, it's just a really helpful thing. I am gonna have to. So that is my tip. If you picked up this stencil and you're wondering how to get the best spacing on it, just cover up the dots or cover up the lines with the silver part, and you will have the like perfect stencil look that you're looking for, as long as you don't randomly scribble in between the middle of things. All right, so that is everything. Here is my goals. Once again, I'm all set up for November, so you can let me know something you're looking forward to or working on in this month down in the comments below. If you liked this video, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at MyCraftyPlans to keep up with everything going on in all my planners. Bye!